The protesters have gone way too far on our king. They used disrespectful words, and it's beyond what we could tolerate.
Yellow Shirts, also known as the People's Alliance for Democracy. Yellow Shirt was founded in 2005. This is a movement by the citizens of Thailand that were protesting against Thaksin Shinawatra and the Samak government. Shinawatra is a businessman or telecom billionaire that was elected as a politician in 2001. He gains respect from the people in the rural areas, especially from the north and northeast in Thailand. The people that supported Shinawatra were called as the Red Shirts. The Yellow Shirt, however, protests against Shinawatra or the Samak government because the people from the cities stated that his services as a politician was marked by nepotism and corruption in the country.
Bangkok's Lumpini Park turned yellow for the largest royalist rally yet. For 3 months, they've been stunned by young activists breaking a long-standing taboo in Thailand by speaking out against the royal family.
The protest was backed from several determinants. The demonstration involving thousands of Thailand citizens wearing yellow shirts, symbolizing their loyalty to the monarch, as well as the people's efforts in toppling down Shinawatra's administration, had left the city shut. Eventually, through violence and public tension, the Yellow Shirt movement successfully took down Shinawatra off his term and blocked the proposing of his reconciliation bill in order to prevent his return.
Party not involved in Yellow Shirt protests, which is the loose grouping of royalists, ultra-nationalists, and the urban middle class, also known as the People Alliance for Democracy or PAD, the Yellow Shirt utterly opposed Mr. Thaksin. They were behind the huge street protests that led up to the military coup of September 2006 and the ones 2 years later, which led to Mr. Thaksin's allies being forced from power. The Yellow Shirts accused Mr. Shinawatra of corruption and abuse of power. They also accused him of inadequate loyalty to the monarchy and wear yellow because it is the king's color. Street protests in Bangkok in 2006 attracted tens of thousands of people, shutting the capital down. Amid political deadlock, the military ousted Mr. Thaksin. There was calm for several months, but rumblings began when Mr. Thaksin's allies won the post-coup election in December 2007 and formed a government. In May 2008, the Yellow Shirts restarted their protests, arguing that the government was merely a proxy for Mr. Thaksin. They staged sit-ins at government offices and there were sporadic outbreaks of violence. So, from this, we can conclude that the Yellow Shirts were actually fiercely opposed to the administration formed by allies of ex-PM Thaksin Shinawatra.
Older Thais turned out in large numbers, but there were young people too.
We have to go out to protect our king today because as long as we are Thai people, as long as we live in this land, there always be a king.
The first implication of the Yellow Shirt protest in Thailand had an effect on the political instability. This is due to the leadership style and personal business relations caused popular resentment in the country. Since 2005, Thailand has been politically unstable. After more than a year of political unrest, the Thai military overthrew Thaksin on September 19, 2006. The coup led to major political instability in Thailand, where the Yellow Shirt opposed Thaksin's return to power. Yellow Shirts limit electoral politics to maintain their political dominance. They make fun of electoral politics by comparing it to a soap opera, arguing that it has no meaning and immoral. In January 2011, 2,000 protesters accused him of failing to protect Thai sovereignty in a border conflict with Cambodia. Yellow Shirt prevented Parliament from debating a reconciliation bill in June, fearing an amnesty would facilitate Thaksin's return.
Next, the Yellow Shirt protests in Thailand have also had an impact on the country's economy as well as on the ASEAN. The crisis has also caused some Asia markets to decline. The field of tourism is also declining because tourists are not fond of the situation of the political system, which is turbulent and uncertain. So they are worried and don't want to travel to the country. Besides, these protests have also had a negative impact on investor confidence. Bangkok, which is the best choice for investors after China and Vietnam, will certainly think twice to invest in the country if looking at the current political situations. In addition, the risk of rising crude oil prices could also affect growth and inflation in the Thailand as well as countries in Southeast Asia.
Anti-monarchy protesters say King Maha Vajiralongkorn has too much influence in Thai politics and misuses public money. As well as curbs on his power, they also want military-backed Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to resign and the constitution to be rewritten. These royalists say they'll tolerate calls for political change, but the king is a pillar of Thai society who must be protected.